Self-compassion is the practice of treating oneself with the same kindness, concern, and understanding that one would offer to a loved one during times of struggle or failure. It involves three core components: self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness. When individuals with personality disorders develop self-compassion, it can drastically improve their emotional regulation, resilience, and overall sense of self-worth. In this chapter, we will delve into the importance of self-compassion, how to cultivate it, and how it can promote healing for those experiencing mental health challenges, particularly for those with personality disorders. What is self-compassion? Self-compassion is a concept popularized by Dr. Kristin Neff, a researcher in the field of psychology. According to Neff, self-compassion is about being gentle with oneself, especially in the face of personal shortcomings, difficulties, or failures. It is the opposite of self-criticism, which often manifests as harsh judgment or blame. Instead of berating oneself for mistakes, self-compassion encourages understanding, forgiveness, and care. The practice of self-compassion involves three main elements. 1. Self-kindness. This component refers to being warm and understanding toward oneself when faced with difficulties. Instead of harshly judging yourself for mistakes, self-kindness involves treating yourself as you would treat a good friend who is going through a tough time. It includes embracing your imperfections and recognizing that struggles are a normal part of the human experience. Example: after a difficult interaction with a colleague, instead of saying, "I'm so stupid for messing up," practicing self-kindness would involve saying, "I'm doing my best, and it's okay to make mistakes. I'll learn from this." 2. Common humanity. This aspect of self-compassion involves recognizing that suffering and imperfection are part of the shared human experience. Rather than feeling isolated in your pain, common humanity reminds you that everyone faces challenges, makes mistakes, and has moments of weakness. Example: after experiencing a setback in a personal project, rather than feeling like you are the only one struggling, you remind yourself that everyone faces obstacles in life and that you're not alone in your experiences. 3. Mindfulness. Mindfulness in the context of self-compassion means being present with your emotions without judgment. Instead of suppressing or ignoring negative emotions, mindfulness encourages you to acknowledge and accept your feelings, whether they are positive or negative, without over-identifying with them or reacting impulsively. Example: when feeling overwhelmed, instead of pushing your feelings away or spiraling into anxiety, mindfulness would involve taking a few deep breaths, acknowledging your stress, and allowing yourself to experience those emotions without judgment. How self-compassion promotes healing. Self-compassion is not just a feel-good concept, it is a powerful tool for promoting mental health and healing, particularly for individuals with personality disorders. When individuals practice self-compassion, they are better able to manage their emotions, reduce self-criticism, and cultivate a more positive sense of self. Let's explore how self-compassion contributes to healing in the context of personality disorders. 1. Reducing self-criticism and shame. Individuals with personality disorders often struggle with harsh self-criticism and shame, which can exacerbate their symptoms and lead to feelings of inadequacy. These negative emotions can be particularly intense for individuals with borderline personality disorder, BPD, narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, and avoidant personality disorder, AVPD, who may feel as if they are unworthy or flawed. Self-compassion helps counteract these destructive thought patterns by encouraging individuals to treat themselves with kindness instead of judgment. By reducing self-criticism and shame, individuals can begin to develop a more balanced and realistic view of themselves, leading to greater emotional stability. Example: an individual with NPD may experience intense feelings of shame when their actions don't meet their expectations or when they perceive criticism from others. Practicing self-compassion helps them acknowledge their humanity, reduce the impact of shame, and view their mistakes with understanding rather than condemnation. 2. Enhancing emotional regulation. One of the challenges faced by individuals with personality disorders is difficulty with emotional regulation. Intense, overwhelming emotions often lead to impulsive behaviors and interpersonal conflict. Self-compassion plays a crucial role in emotional regulation by helping individuals acknowledge their feelings without judgment and providing them with the space to process their emotions in a healthy way. Example: a person with BPD may experience intense anger or sadness in response to a perceived slight. Practicing self-compassion allows them to acknowledge these emotions, sit with them mindfully, and approach the situation from a place of calm rather than reacting impulsively. 3. Building self-worth and resilience. Self-compassion encourages individuals to value themselves despite their flaws and mistakes. This helps foster a sense of self-worth, which is often lacking in individuals with personality disorders. When individuals develop self-compassion, they can cultivate a greater sense of resilience, making it easier to cope with setbacks and challenges without feeling overwhelmed by self-doubt. Example: a person with AVPD may avoid social situations due to fear of rejection. Self-compassion allows them to recognize that it's okay to feel anxious and that they are worthy of connection, which can motivate them to take gradual steps toward facing their fears. 4. Reducing negative self-talk. Self-compassion helps individuals silence the inner critic, which often fuels negative self-talk and perpetuates feelings of worthlessness. By replacing self-criticism with self-kindness, individuals can experience a shift in their internal dialogue, leading to greater self-acceptance and emotional peace. Example: instead of engaging in self-criticism after a mistake, e.g., "I'm such a failure," self-compassion would encourage a gentler approach, e.g., "I made a mistake, but that doesn't define me. I can learn and grow from this experience." Practical steps to cultivate self-compassion. While cultivating self-compassion may seem difficult, especially for individuals who are accustomed to harsh self-judgment, it is a skill that can be developed over time. Here are several practical steps you can take to practice self-compassion in your daily life. 1. Practice self-kindness. Start by being mindful of the way you speak to yourself. If you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk, pause and reframe your thoughts with kindness. Treat yourself as you would a friend who is struggling. Exercise. When you make a mistake or face a challenge, write down how you would speak to a friend in a similar situation. Then, say those words to yourself aloud or write them in a journal. 2. Engage in mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness meditation helps you become aware of your thoughts and feelings without judgment. This practice allows you to observe your emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them, creating the space to practice self-compassion. Exercise. Set aside 10 to 15 minutes each day for mindfulness meditation. Focus on your breath and gently bring your attention back to the present moment when your mind starts to wander. During this practice, remind yourself that it's okay to experience emotions and that you are worthy of compassion. 3. Embrace imperfection. Recognize that you don't have to be perfect to be worthy of love and compassion. Embrace your flaws as part of your unique humanity and accept that mistakes and failures are a natural part of life. Exercise. Make a list of areas where you tend to be hard on yourself, e.g., appearance, abilities, past mistakes. For each item, write a compassionate statement that acknowledges your imperfection and offers understanding. 4. Use self-compassionate language. Changing the language you use when speaking to yourself can have a profound impact on your mental well-being. Replace phrases like, "I'm worthless," or "I can't do anything right," with kinder, more supportive language. Exercise. Throughout the day, pay attention to your internal dialogue. When you catch yourself being critical, pause and replace the negative thought with a compassionate one. For example, instead of saying, "I always fail," try saying, "I've faced challenges before and I can keep trying." 5. Seek support and connection. Self-compassion does not mean isolating yourself. In fact, seeking support from others who practice self-compassion can be incredibly beneficial. Whether through therapy, support groups, or relationships, connecting with others can help reinforce your self-compassion practice. Exercise. Reach out to someone who understands your struggles, whether it's a close friend, family member, or therapist. Share your challenges and listen to their support with an open heart. Conclusion: the power of self-compassion in healing. Self-compassion is a powerful and transformative practice that can have a profound impact on mental health, particularly for those dealing with personality disorders. By replacing self-criticism with kindness, acknowledging shared humanity, and practicing mindfulness, individuals can heal, develop emotional resilience, and cultivate a stronger sense of self-worth.